Ah, you beautiful, gorgeous fuck. Hello, I'm Husky. You're about to watch the MixedBag Podcast, the very first one. Also, welcome to the MixedBag channel. It's a new channel. It's cool. We're a group of small streamers from all over the world, mostly America and good old down under. I really need to stop trying to be more Australian when I talk about my nationality, but that's not exactly relevant. This podcast is mostly an introductory podcast, so we hope you enjoy. So yeah, I'm going to shut up, get to the podcast, enjoy. Don't forget to press like. Bye-bye. Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is the first episode of the MixedBag Podcast, which is exciting. For those of you that are listening on YouTube or Spotify, if you want to listen live, you can join our Discord, which will be linked in the description on the YouTube. Not exactly sure how we're going to link that on the old Spotify, but we'll wing it. We'll figure it out. So I think to start off, we'll introduce ourselves. I'll go first since I'm already talking. I'm Husky. I'm from Australia. I stream on Twitch mostly. My pronouns are he, him.
Nice. Okay, I guess I'll go. Hi, I'm Astrid, or Aya. I stream on Twitch as well. My pronouns are she, they, and I'm also from down under. Now.
That's your cue to talk to someone else.
All right, I am Chris. I go by any pronouns. I'm from America, or more specifically, Ohio. And yeah, I mostly stream on Twitch, but I also do survival Let's Plays on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm Sam, or The Swagger. I use he, him. I'm from Australia, and I stream on Twitch.
Nice.
Okay, I'm Vinley, also known as Moss. My pronouns are she, they, and I stream on Twitch.
Awesome. Sick.
Yeah.
That's who we are. MixedBag Podcast. Yeah, is based off a group of people. We call ourselves the Mixed Bag. We're a bunch of small streamers. We have known each other for a while now. I know Astrid and Sam actually in person. I've known Sam since kindergarten.
Yes.
Yeah,
We've known each other for a fucking while.
God, I've had to deal with this guy for that long.
Yeah, that's how it certainly feels like. Shit, and then the way we met Pricks and Vinley is a bit of a story, isn't it? Because it's a bit. So I met Hunter first. And that's how we met. So obviously I know Astrid and Sam in person, but then I hopped into the Huntress's stream, who's another member of the Mixed Bag. And I followed and subscribed because I just linked my Twitch Amazon. So I did it within 5 minutes of each other. And then an individual who we love and I miss regularly, JJ, joined my stream and then invited me to this Discord called the Mixed Bag. And that's kind of how I met Vinley, Pricks, and a whole bunch of other creators. And then we created the Mixed Bag Estate, which is the Discord that people are listening to now, which is a public Discord for our community.
Yeah.
That's
Because we
go on.
Yeah, because we did have there was a mixed bag server before this, but it wasn't open to the public. It was just like a small community
Yeah.
it was just us, like streamers and also just like friends.
Mhm.
And then this got opened up because we wanted to reach a lot more people and include and engage with like all our friendly viewers. And yeah, I basically got introduced to the Mixed Bag and like Vinley and Pricks through Husky.
Which is me.
Yeah.
It's really Husky. I had no idea.
I did. It was me.
Wow.
And don't you forget it.
Yeah.
Wait, your name's Husky?
My name is Husky.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
Or Jamie,
know
but
that.
no one really calls me Jamie on the internet. But yeah,
Only Husky?
Yeah, not
everyone
on,
really calls
on
me
internet.
Husky.
Only Husky?
So, I guess we can really talk about. So the main thing we all do is we're all kind of streamers. It's kind of the big thing we have in common. It's kind of why this Discord server exists.
No way.
Is we all stream. That's a big thing. A lot of us stream Minecraft. I know A is a bit more of a variety streamer than the rest of us, but most of us tend to stick to Minecraft with a few exceptions. I know personally, Sam and I stream a bit of Valorant. So I guess the question is, what I wanted to see about everyone is, why did you start streaming? Where did this come from?
Okay. Well, for me, I actually obviously I'm a friend of Husky's and I saw him streaming a lot. And I thought it would be a fun idea to also start streaming because during the time I did start my Twitch it was during quarantine. So as you know, like you get bored during quarantine. I do radio. But I couldn't go into the studio, so I missed it a lot. So I was like, oh, streaming could be like a nice balance. I mean, I like gaming, I like talking to people, I miss radio, so that'd be a nice way to sort of get the same sort of experience that I did with radio. So that's why I started streaming. And also just I think something that we all sort of have in common is just meeting new people and building a community is like rewarding. So that's why I started streaming.
Yeah, totally,
Um,
definitely.
Yeah. What about you, Husky?
We want to move on to me? Okay.
Yes, you.
So I started
Pass
streaming. Well, I've been on and off streaming for a while. I originally started streaming on
God,
YouTube
this guy.
for a bit with my friends.
Oh my god, I remember.
And that was sort of just like an on and off thing. It was fairly casual. And then I started taking it more seriously and I moved to Mixer, but then Mixer shut down and that's when I moved to Twitch. And I've been streaming on Twitch now for I think 6 to 7 months. But I streamed on Twitch.
Yeah.
I made affiliate and then had heart surgery, so I disappeared for like a month or two. Then I came back and then joined the MixedBag, and then all the rest is kind of history. But I started streaming really just because I guess it was just, I enjoyed gaming. I think that's something we all have in common. And I also just wanted to kind of build a community, meet new people, and just sort of meet people that had things in common with me where I could be myself and express myself slightly differently. I didn't have to kind of put on an act like I do kind of in real life, at least the way I feel. And so that's why I started streaming. But yeah.
Okay.
Brix, what about you?
Okay. I was thinking we'd probably just go in order of how we are in the voice chat.
Well, for me, it's
Yeah, that's what I was
Astrid,
looking at.
Husky, Prix, Sam, and then Vinley.
Yeah, that's how it is for me.
Yeah.
All right, well then
yeah.
Prix, you're next.
Okay. So I started streaming. I kind of always wanted to do something dealing with content. When I was younger, it was definitely YouTube. And then I started streaming December 31st of 2020. I wanted to do it as a New Year's stream. I wanted it to be the first one. And the last couple of years, I was actually in a Harry Potter group. I was like an admin of a Harry Potter group, and we had a very large reach of like a lot of friends. And then I left it, and I kind of was just missing having those friends from all over, being able to talk to people and have their different experiences and just being able to talk to them. And that's part of why I wanted to start doing streaming.
Nice.
Stan?
All right. No, I'm kidding. My story isn't as complicated, really. Obviously, I'm at home a lot because, I don't social interact a lot. I do sometimes, the rarely occasion. And I'm like, okay, I play games a lot. That's great. That's amazing. Now, what if I just streamed that so I can maybe entertain some people or make some people's days better? I'm like, that sounds like a fucking great idea. And I started that in October. Ooh, when was that? October 23rd.
Oh, you have like a specific
And the
date.
rest
Okay,
is
goddamn.
history.
Pop
I
off.
think it's around then. It's around late October. Yeah, that's just my basic story.
Love.
God damn. Well, since we are all into gaming, I guess it's a relevant thing. What are some games that we grew up with? Where and how and why did we get into gaming?
Oh,
Oh, big question.
It is a big
Finley,
question.
did you want to talk about why you started streaming?
Yeah.
did I
Oh,
say
did
you
I just cut
skipped
off
Finley?
Finley?
Sounds like she has a
Sorry, my bad. Let's go to Finley and talk about that, and then we'll go back to the topic.
Oh.
It's fine. So the reason why I started streaming is, if I'm being honest, mainly because of Corpse Husband, and like that might sound cliche and everything, but like I have a long history with like medical health issues and like all that stuff. So
I think we all
I don't know,
have
I've never
some sort of
really
medical issue.
felt like doing anything that was super duper public because of my medical issues, but then I saw a creator that has a plethora of medical health issues, and like they're doing what they want to do, they're being open about it, and just kind of like bringing awareness to it. And I was like, you know what, I could do that too. Like I could make somebody feel a little less alone and like allow somebody to have a place that they can go where they relate to somebody. Because I know whenever I like want to go watch a streamer, I kind of see the trend of like who it is. It's like primarily males and not many genderqueer people and not many medically disabled people, I guess, if that makes sense.
No, I get what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah. So I just really wanted to bring a platform where people could go to feel safe about their gender identity, their sexual orientation, all that stuff, and like they didn't have to be scared of getting judgment or feeling as if they can't be their true authentic self. So I really just wanted to
Yeah, wow, okay.
make a big huge safety bubble for people.
Yeah, I
Aw.
definitely think
That's
that
about
comes
it.
off in your streams. You're very much trying to be inclusive and validate everyone and stuff constantly in
Yeah.
your streams.
Yeah,
It very
definitely.
much
Yeah.
is something that I think you stand by. So sorry
Yeah.
about cutting you off, Finley. I kind of got
Okay, that's
distracted
fine.
and then was like, oh, let's talk about this, and forgot that you hadn't spoken yet. That's my fault.
Oh
It's okay.
dear.
So, as I was saying, obviously we all stream video games, so we're obviously all into games. So what was the first video game you can remember playing? We may as well start with Astrid again.
First video game?
At least the
Okay,
first one
I
that made an
think-
impact on you that you can really remember.
Okay, I'd say RuneScape for sure.
RuneScape.
That was
Oh,
the first PC game I played, and it was the shit back in the day. Oh my god.
yeah, I love
That was
that.
the first PC game, and then after that it was Minecraft.
Wow, okay, so you hopped
So-
straight into Minecraft, okay.
Yeah, Minecraft, and
How-
then I moved on to basically. Yeah,
I
sorry.
didn't mean to cut
go
you
on.
off. I was just wondering how old you were when you started playing RuneScape.
Okay, I think I was like 7.
Yeah, so you got into it. Yeah, okay, so fairly young. Yep, fair
really,
enough.
really, like pretty young. I downloaded Steam, faked my age and all that cool stuff.
Oh yeah, I love that. The faking
Love
the
that.
age.
Day one.
That's classic.
Um,
Classic.
Basically just exploring Steam. The main games I really got into after Minecraft was CS, TF2, Team Fortress 2. Oh my god, that brings back so many memories. Yeah, but I think CS and TF2 made an impact because you actually talk to other people, like, voice comms and like text, like all that stuff. And then I'd say Spiral Knights. I don't know if anyone's heard of that
Yeah,
game.
you got 1,000 hours in that game,
in this
haven't you?
in this server, but I had nearly 1K hours in that, and I
That's
remember joining
fucked.
like a little community clan in that server and like made a bunch of new friends. It was really awesome. That was like the game that really impacted my sort of gaming, like love for gaming. I
Yeah,
guess.
wow.
Because
Love.
yeah.
We do love. We do love. Yeah, crazy. For me, it was the first Halo on the original Xbox.
Oh.
I didn't have an Xbox, but I went to England because my mum's a Brit, and she had a family friend who was like really into like gaming and stuff, and he had Halo, and I finished the whole game while I was over there for like a week. I just played it all day and loved the shit out of it, and then didn't get a console or anything until 360 came out. But when I did, I played the absolute shit out of just so many things. Far Cry 3 was a very memorable game for me.
As you should.
As well. That was a fantastic game. But yeah, Xbox, man. I was an Xbox player for a long time, and then I got the Xbox One, then I switched to PS4, and then I got myself a PC. So yeah, that's kind of my Halo was the shit for me.
You love.
But yeah.
So I don't really talk about my parental issues a lot on stream, but my parents are technically not together. They never got divorced, but they are not together. So the game that really made an impact for me was Zelda Ocarina of Time, because it was the game that me and my dad would play together. Like he would help me out with like missions and stuff like that. And this was when I was like, oh Jesus, probably like 5 or 6.
Oh wow.
So I was like really young playing Zelda, and that was the first game that really made an impact. I think after that, I went through pretty much all of the Sims games, like starting off with like Sims and Sims Bustin' Out all the way up to now with the Sims 4. And then obviously I was into Minecraft when I was younger, but like never super serious. And then like about half a year ago, I got back into Minecraft. And now I stream it.
No, see,
I
I've
would
always
love
been a
to
sweat
see
at
it.
Minecraft. I've played Minecraft. I played like the alpha. And I'm not flexing that. The only reason I played the alpha is I actually have a friend, like a childhood friend. Sam, you know him, Kyle, who
Yes, Carl
Yeah,
Ryan. Yes.
whose dad is a game tester for a living. So he was like testing the alpha version of Minecraft, and they had like access to like really early versions of it, and I played it at his house. But I didn't get really into it until like 1.3 or something. But even then, it was fairly early in the game, and then I've been on and off playing it for ages. So yeah.
Ooh.
What about you, Sam? What was the game that got you obsessed?
First, okay, let's start. Okay, so first, I'd say major. My parents used to have a Nintendo 64.
Oh,
Or Super Nintendo, sorry.
Ooh.
Super Nintendo and 64. So I played that a lot. Which I played the original Donkey Kong Country, which was fucking amazing. And then my mum also had, I don't know why they had this, but they had a GameCube.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, I did not know you had this. And obviously, it's my parents are people who are like, no, you cannot play violent video games when you're younger. I said, okay, that's fine. So I think the first game, because I got a Wii when I was 7,
oh, I forgot about the Wii. Yeah.
and then the first game that I played
Ah,
was Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, which was the first game that
Oh,
I
I
actually
loved
really
that
loved
game.
and enjoyed. Yeah, back when it wasn't for, and then obviously we already know that back in primary school, everyone played Minecraft. Well, not everyone, but like,
Most people
I think
did.
a lot
All
of
the
people
cool
played
kids
Most
certainly
people.
did.
Yeah.
I obviously played Skywars with the two friends that I had, well, not two friends, but the two friends who played Minecraft in primary school, which were Andy Feng and Jamie Kempson.
Oh, I remember them. Yeah.
And then obviously I got that. I got a Nintendo Wii U, which I started playing Splatoon, which was fun as fuck for me. Then I was like, then sort of down the road, I was getting to the thing of like, do I get the Switch or do I get a PC? And my dad was like, this is because like my dad is someone who like doesn't let me do a lot of things. So like he's like strict, and I'm just like, and like I think one day he talked about like possibly getting a PC, and mom was like, okay, I'm hooked. I literally just hassled the crap out of him for it. Probably wasn't the best thing to do, but it happened, and that's how it happened. That's how it goes. So
Do
now
be
you
like
can,
that.
you go.
My God. Now this time I'm not gonna skip Finley. Finley, what was the first game you played?
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks.
Proud.
Thank you. So I feel like a little background needs to be said.
go
So
for it.
I'm an only child, but I lived with my two cousins a lot of my childhood, and I was the youngest out of the three of us. So, with that being said, we usually only had two remotes to most things, so I was a watcher. I wasn't necessarily a player for a long time, but I really, really, really loved like Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2, and all of, like
Oh.
the Black Ops
Yeah.
zombies, because I was only allowed to play
Yes.
zombies because my dad had the Steam ID, or not the Steam ID, the Xbox gamer tag, whatever it is,
Yeah.
and he would play the normal Black Ops, but he didn't like the zombies, so I got to play the zombies. And I remember
Nice.
playing Buried on Black Ops 2 consistently all the time.
My
And if I
God.
wasn't playing that, I would be playing Banjo-Kazooie. Loved playing Banjo-Kazooie. I
Oh
was
my
always
God.
allowed to play Kazooie. We would like take turns and whatever, and I would get to play the little bird. A lot of Gmod. A lot of Gmod.
Oh, I had a Gmod phase as well. Yeah.
We love Gmod. And then I had my own computer, and I played Minecraft a lot. Like I played the really early maps of Sky Wars and the Hunger Games and like factions and stuff like that.
Oh man, I miss those days.
And I remember just playing those every day or like watching people play
Yeah.
other games too. But yeah, those are definitely the games that I grew up on.
Nice. No, that's super sick.
Yeah.
I forgot about the Call of Duty games. Yeah, I have been obsessed with Call of Duty Zombies since World at War, which is the first one that had it, had Nazi zombies, and I've played basically every zombies. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I've
Same.
played a couple on stream, but I still play it to this
I
day.
love
I'm
zombies.
fucking obsessed with it. I love it so much.
That's
It's so
good
good.
shit. That's good
Yeah,
shit.
I was honestly surprised that you didn't mention it
I kind of forgot. And
the
I
first
played,
time
like,
round.
And I played like World at War multiplayer. I played Black Ops 1 multiplayer. I never played a lot of MW3, but I did play a bit because I know a lot of people idolize MW3. No, I forgot how. I think the reason I forgot those because I don't really vibe with Call of Duty much these days. The new ones, I'm not really a big fan of. I think they kind of like peaked at like Black Ops 2, and they've never really been able to top it since.
True. Black Ops 2 was kind of
Black
peak
Ops 2 was
shit.
good, and Black Ops 3 was kind of shit, and then Black Ops 4 was also kind of equally shit. Like Black Ops 1 and 2, the thing that was also great about them was they had a good campaign. Like a Call of Duty has not had a good campaign since Black Ops 2. And like I know like the campaign was good. Like that story fucking pulled you in. You know, Mason and the numbers and shit, that shit was the best. I don't know if any of you actually played that, but yeah.
I just remember totally breaking the game because you would get like the laser gun and then the gravity gun, and then you would just sit on a fucking balcony and just sit there and farm points and levels because you would just sit there untouchable, just living your best life.
It used to be such a sweat, man. I loved it so much. And I used to play like every day after school with my friends.
Same.
Like every day we'd get home from school at like 3:20. We'd play until we went to sleep. We'd wake up, go to school, rinse, rather repeat for like a whole year. It was probably one of the best years of my life. It was great.
See, that was me with Minecraft. I breathed playing Hunger Games and Skywars.
too.
That
Me
was
too.
the day.
I'm so sad that like Hunger Games kind of has died as a game mode because it was a really,
really
good
has.
game mode. It was quite
was.
fun. I loved the shit out of it.
Yeah.
I used to be terrible at it.
Oh,
though, admittedly.
when Mineplex was the actual better server out of the two.
Yeah, now it's
True.
Hypixel.
Yeah,
Hypixel's
It's
king.
literally
I
helpful.
remember.
No one competes with Hypixel anymore.
No.
Or even when Hunger Games
Yeah,
had
so
like
we've
its
just
own
lost that battle.
server, like wasn't it like a Hunger Games dot something?
There was.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still up, but yeah, that was the shit.
I
man.
remember.
Honestly, yeah.
oh
It
my
probably
God.
died.
It
Yeah,
probably
I know
did.
the one that I used to play Hunger Games on. That server doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, it's the
Like it
saddest
just
shit.
doesn't exist. And I was like, what the hell? Because it was like really cool maps, like the ones that had a big huge glass domes over them, and they would never like have border shrinks. It would just be once there's 2 people left, then it would throw you to the center.
I've played
and you
that.
would
I know
have
what
to
you're talking
duel.
about.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
It was-
intense.
so good. So intense, but so good.
No, that was insane. I know a lot of us play Bed Wars, and I've recently gotten into Skywars personally, but I never played that as a kid. Like I only recently got into that. I never played it when I was younger.
Same.
Same.
I didn't know that
Same
Bed
here.
Wars was a thing.
I didn't know Bed was a thing, and I didn't
Yeah.
play Skywars
Yeah.
either. And now I sweat the shit out of both.
Same.
I mean, the first server I ever joined was literally MixedBag.
Wait, seriously?
Wow.
Like the old SMP?
Really?
Yeah, because I have
Wow.
realms, so any of my friends that I would play with, I would just invite them to my realm,
To your
and that's how
realm.
we would play.
Ah, okay, that makes
That's fair.
sense.
Yeah, so there used to be, for those of you that don't know, there used to be an old MixedBag server for just the creators or like members of the MixedBag to go on. And then later on, I personally decided and coordinated for us to have like a public one, which is what we have today, which you can join now, by the way, but whatever. It has like Skyward Creative and a bunch of stuff. Anyway, so now there's like a public one, but yeah. That was the shit. You know, I did like that server. Like I built Teddy on that server. Teddy became a
Yeah,
thing
good
on that
memories.
server.
Aww.
For those of you that don't know,
Yeah.
Teddy is a little polar bear theme on my stream. We absolutely
Mhm.
love and stand Teddy. I rebuilt him in the
We love
creative plot
him.
in the new server, but I found a polar bear, named him Teddy,
Teddy's
and then
an
built a
icon.
giant Teddy in survival. It was quite insane. It was quite pog.
It was great. I just remember walking around our entire island to fucking bring Teddy,
Teddy over.
back to the house. Because
Oh,
he wouldn't go up
man.
blocks.
it was
he just,
such a
He just
mish.
wouldn't.
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
was
goodness,
quite a
I'm
mission.
like, oh my god.
I remember building the lesbian bridge.
The lesbian
Yes, the
bridge.
lesbian bridge all the way from
We-
my portal to your nether portal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the gay embassy. We built a lot of interesting things on that server.
We really
Yeah, we
did.
did.
We really
It's
It was a
popped
lot of
off.
fun.
And then we also
I
were
mean,
doing
this
like
server
wall
isn't really
stuff.
better. This server, we got the maid cafe about ready to
Oh,
open up.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
a
no,
culture.
it's open.
That's actually
with
sick,
stripper
though.
poles and shit.
There's a
Oh, it's 9:30, Vinley.
It is 9:30. I'm glad that you caught that. I tried to cover it up.
No, it's all right. It's all right. There is a bit of a culture on this server. You know, there's a bit of cults, bit of stuff going
A
on.
bit of cult.
We had
Listen.
Yeah,
we were
sassy
doing
stuff.
lore on the
Maid
old server, but that kind of
supremacy.
went to shit when Hanu could no longer play because all the lore involved Hanu.
Yeah.
And it was like, shit. For those who don't know, Hanu is a fantastic streamer who currently doesn't have access to Minecraft or to stream at the moment. And it was a big problem because all the plot like involved him because Hanu's just amazing. We love Hanu. And it was just, it kind of killed the server, unfortunately. But like, not that it's his fault. It's just an unfortunate turn of events. But yeah.
And then we had more lore that involved JJ, and then JJ left.
Yeah. It was just unfortunate. And then it kind of like killed our motivation to do lore or anything. And then that killed the server. And then obviously we created the new one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Good fresh
It's
start.
unfortunate, but yeah, it is a fresh start if you look at it that way.
I mean, I personally am in love with the new server, but I think that's only because I run it and I put so much fucking blood, sweat, and tears into it.
He worked really hard.
True, yeah.
My sleep schedule is completely messed because of it, but that's alright.
All the plugins. Oh man, that would
Whoa.
have
That was a
taken
headache.
forever.
But
You're
anyway,
a champ.
we don't need to go into it too much. But the next thing on this list is going to be an interesting topic. All right, being a queer streamer.
Ooh, yeah.
Now, I don't really know what to talk about specifically, but I'm going to lean probably more Vinley and Pricks for this, mostly for Vinley because you regularly talk about being queer and being inclusive to the LGBT community on your stream. So I'd like to hear your perspective first, if you don't mind.
Oh, sure, okay.
Yeah, sorry to put you under the bus, so to speak, but yeah.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I wasn't prepared, but it's all right. I got this. Okay. So, like what I said earlier, like I really like to just create a safe space for humans that aren't that stereotypical cookie cutter perfect human that society thinks that we should all be. Because obviously there are queer people in the world. Obviously there are people of color in the world. Obviously there are just different types of humans. Like not everyone is just one look. And with the gaming and streaming community, you really do just see a lot of men and primarily straight humans that are kind of taking over like the platforms and stuff. Not really taking over, they work hard. I'm not trying to undermine anybody's accomplishments or anything, but it just feels like there's not as much diversity, but I don't think that that's anybody's problem other than just like the gaming community in general.
Yeah.
So I know it's kind of different. I've definitely had some people pop into my chat and like after my bio and like I'm talking to chat and just like me and Pricks do what we normally do with flirting with one another and just telling each other how beautiful we are and validating one another and just talking about stuff like that. Or like we say bye panic or doing my good lesbian duties as I do.
Yes.
And I just remember one person came into my chat and was like, I don't really understand and not necessarily agree with it, but I'm not going to hate. And I was like, that didn't add anything to the conversation because we were talking about something completely casual. And then all of a sudden, this person just felt the need to explain that they don't like how I live my life because of my genderqueer and my sexuality. And they just wanted to let me know. But then tell me that they don't have a problem with it. Like that's so bizarre to me because if that was flipped, like let's say I go into Ludwig's channel and I say, oh, you're a white man. I don't really agree with that or understand it, but I'm not going to hate you because it's something that you can't control. Like it doesn't add anything to the conversation.
No, it
and
doesn't.
I see that in other queer content creators chats like Errit or Snifferfish, like you can just see the comments that are just kind of bashing and just kind of being unsupportive. And there's tons of good comments and like good people that want to support you and be kind and be genuine, but it's really just intriguing to see that people just decide to come tell you that in your stream when if it was a flipped script, it would be so bizarre. Like no one would imagine somebody going to a streamer's channel and saying, "Oh, you're a white man. I don't agree with that or understand it, but I won't hate you."
Yeah.
It's weird. It's
No,
weird.
it's
Yeah.
definitely interesting. I mean, being by myself, like I remember recently I was playing Valorant and some kid, he was like 12 or something,
Oh,
called me the F slur, right? I don't know. It's just like it was weird. I didn't like it. It made me uncomfortable, and I haven't really been called that a lot. I've been called it once before. So it was just I don't know. It hurt. It just felt I don't know. I thought we'd progress past the Black Ops 1 ignorance of like saying slurs and stuff to people. You know, because it was bad. Like people weren't just saying like F slurs, like they were saying like the N word and stuff, and it was pretty bad. And people say like, oh, it was too sensitive. We wouldn't survive in a Black Ops or an MW3 lobby. It's like, no, I was in an MW3 lobby. Like I experienced that shit. But just because it happened before doesn't mean it's okay now. Like we can move past that.
Yeah.
We can be better. We don't have to do that shit anymore.
Yeah, like we're not living in the past. Like we are now progressing as a society and understanding that like the N slur, the D slur, the F slur, the R slur, like that stuff isn't something that should be a normal conversation just because it was a normal conversation
Previously.
20 years ago.
Exactly. And also,
It's something that people should
like,
move on.
I
and
get in
grow.
particularly like competitive games, like there's a bit of shit talking, there's a bit of smack talk, and I've got no issue with like the culture of kind of like talking a bit of shit. I think that's fine, but I think there are lines that you probably shouldn't cross, and I think those are definitely one of them.
Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's just inappropriate. It's just not fair. But yeah, now obviously I put the LGBTQI plus tag on my Twitch streams. Do you guys do that as well?
I
Yeah.
do. Yes.
Yeah, because
I
it's
don't
also
think I've
brought in
added it
so
yet.
many good people to my stream. Like I've met so
Yeah.
many small humans that are like questioning how they want to identify, and like they get to use different pronouns in my chat, and it's just so exciting to like see them get so happy that they have a group where people are like
Yeah.
accepting and willing to try it out and
Yeah,
kind of grow
exactly.
with them. So
And
there's good and there's bad.
Oh, of course. But I
Yes.
definitely love when people come in and they're like, "Oh, what do you identify as? What part of the community are you?" And you kind of talk about it, and they feel validated to know that like it's a space where there's no judgment. And we're all kind of accepting and stuff. Yeah, you do sometimes get the negative side of Twitch. That does happen. Unfortunately, we can't control everybody, but there's definitely a positive to having that in your tags for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Astrid,
What
did you have
about
something to say?
you, pricks?
Oh, pricks.
Well, I feel like I haven't had much of an experience, like especially on Twitch, about like my gender identity, because it's sort of like I'm unsure, but I mean, I think I identify as bi. But I haven't really openly talked about it on my stream yet. Like it's just, I mean, yes, friendly. I sort of do the same thing, like hype other girls up and like, you know, just like flirt with them. It's mainly like as a joke, but it's like it's we don't like openly talk
Comfortable.
about it's comfortable, but I haven't really openly talked about my gender identity, and it hasn't like been brought up. So yeah, I might actually add that LGBTQIA tag on my stream. But since I don't really have much to like talk about that here
Yeah.
today, I could I'm trying to find my line of thought. Well, being a female streamer, I could definitely talk about that, and I'm sure
There's definitely is a bit
Vinley
to
and
talk
Pricks
about
could add to
being a
that.
female streamer.
Yes.
So no, I'd
'Cause-
love to hear about that actually. If you want to talk about that.
Yeah, well, first of all, like gaming community, it can get a little toxic sometimes, especially when you're playing a competitive game. There's
There's a fair amount of
a lot of
toxic
trash
masculinity
talking,
in
as
this
Husky
game, yeah.
mentioned
Yeah.
earlier. Like it's sort of
a lot of
like a
egos
part of
gonna
the
be
game.
There's a difference between like
Oh,
trash
for
talking and being
sure.
a genuine sexist prick. Like there's a line,
Yeah.
you know, and sometimes people cross that line.
Oh, yeah. for
Yeah. Yeah, and I definitely got reminded of that when like Husky was talking about like the COD days, like when they would just openly just say a bunch of like
if you were
offensive.
a woman in Call of Duty and you used the mic, you got absolutely fucked. It was so
Oh, you
unfair.
got
That was when
Yes.
we were at our worst. I think
I
it is a
love
little
doing
better.
it.
We're a little bit more inclusive, but I still think we got a long way to go in terms of being inclusive to females on the gaming community and Twitch community as well.
Like
Mhm.
getting yelled at to go back to the kitchen.
That
Great
joke's so
times.
fucking annoying. And just,
Oh man.
I guess there's just a bit of like, I don't know, there's been a bit of some poor representation, just some bad things that have happened and stuff. And it's just, it's not the easiest place to be as a woman. So you're all doing fantastic.
Thank you. Thank
Do you
you.
want to go ahead and say what you're going to say, Astrid, about the female stuff?
Yes.
Sorry, we kind of cut you off.
Yes. No, that's all good. That's all good. Well, I was just gonna say how it is. It's a thing. Like Twitch is made up of predominantly males, but I get really frustrated when people come into chat and be like, "Oh, it's so much easier being a girl on Twitch and streaming. Like
Oh,
you
it's just
just get
bullshit.
simps."
It's
And I'm just
it's
like,
bullshit.
first of all, it's mainly males. Like males support males, and like when I see a female streamer, I'm happy for them. Like, yes, I'll go support them. So it's like, it's pretty much like a double standard, I think, because you can definitely, like, a guy can definitely have simps, a girl can definitely have simps, but it always seems to be like, oh, a guy's simping for a girl, you know? And I think that also ties into sort of like pretty privilege. Like if you have an aesthetically pleasing like stream overlay, like a nice camera, just a good quality stream, people are going to click on that. So it's not necessarily just because, oh, you're female, like I'm going to click on your stream. And that's the thing that gets me frustrated, is because we put in effort to make our stream look nice and appealing and inviting, so it just invalidates our effort and
Yeah.
just
Sorry,
yeah,
go on. Well, I was gonna say.
yeah, to just say that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just to say that, like, like, you get this much viewers because you're female.
Yeah. What I was going to say is just to back that up with a bit of statistics. Out of the 10 most followed accounts, there is only one female, which is Pokemon at number 7th
Wow.
in the top
Love
10.
Pokemon.
So,
We all know Pokemon, yeah.
yeah, but Pokemon's really one of the bigger female streamers that is known, like one of the well-known ones. There's also, I think Valkyrie is a fantastic example, and a lot of people that play with Valkyrie and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you're right. There's definitely, it is a male no, what's the word? For like
No, that's the right
Dominated.
dominated. Yeah, that
Yeah,
works.
dominated, predominant.
Industry for sure.
Yeah, just
at the moment.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. And yeah, statistically, like, I don't know. This is my opinion. I think that males will want to support their guy friends and like hype them up and stuff, and that goes the same for like girls.
Which isn't
Yeah, but it's
necessarily a
just-
bad thing, but I do get where you're
It's
coming
not.
from. Is that
It's
the
not,
gaming-
but it's like,
actually?
oh,
fun
sorry,
fact, though,
I'll let you go.
I was just gonna say, there's kind of a myth that like the gaming community is comprised of mostly males, but I actually don't think that's true anymore. I actually think it's a fairly split between the two. I just think males are more outwardly spoken because they're more accepted within the community. But I actually think it's
Also,
about
For
an even
sure.
split.
I was gonna say also gender stereotype with males obviously normally playing games and going down that sort of
Yeah, it's very much, gaming is unfortunately associated as a masculine male thing. It really shouldn't be, because it is genuinely for everyone, you know? And not just
Yeah.
like Minecraft, like even like Call of Duty and stuff, these things that we associate as male predominantly games, like, you know, whatever the word is. They're not. There's plenty of females that play Call of Duty, as they should, if they want to, you know? Like, there's no reason to associate any game with any certain gender.
Yeah, but it's just sort of how society constructed
Look,
it.
it is currently, and I do think it's getting better, and I think we all try to make it a bit better every day, but yeah, it is a bit.
It is. I'd say it is a lot better now, like split. But I think that females do tend to talk less because they're afraid. Like even I am sometimes just like, you know, solo queuing in a game, like hella scared to actually use comms because I don't want to get freaking like just bagged for being just a female and just them yelling, oh my god, like a gamer girl, like go back to the kitchen and make me a sandwich, or like, oh my god, just a fat ego, are you fat? Like it's just that kind of shit. I'm just like, really? Come on, dude. Like, you're better than that. Though we moved on from this, but it's like I can't do anything about it. It's just the
Mhm.
way it is gonna be sometimes. Like sometimes you get nice and respectful teammates who are there just to play the game, but then now like sometimes you just you don't get put with the friendly group of people when you're gaming, and that's the gaming perspective. But yeah, the streaming thing as well is also, it gets frustrating at times, but I think people are getting a lot better with that sort of thing.
I think a big thing with it is men who are small streamers who aren't as successful as you say that the only reason you're beating them is because you're a female, despite the fact that the reality is you're probably just a better streamer, to be honest, or you've just grinded more, if you've done well. Like I know you're blowing up on TikTok and stuff, so it is a bit it's a bit shit, to be honest. It's a shit excuse.
Sorry, go fix.
So I actually I can't remember who all was in it because my memory is awful, but I did happen to watch an interview, it was like a month ago, about the difference between male and female streamers, and it was talking about how female streamers are more likely to be promoting themselves on like other social medias, and that's why like Rambo blew up so fast, because he was promoting on other social medias, like such as TikTok. And then also they talked about how female streamers, while they're more likely to get more followers, it's male streamers that are more likely to have the bigger viewer count.
Which is actually quite interesting. Yeah, okay, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
But there you
That's
go.
so intriguing.
I think that makes that makes sense to me. Because I think a thing about Twitch is it's not your main source of like content creation. Like you definitely have other platforms and social media to sort of like delegate your content to gain more exposure. And I feel like small streamers, this is where they struggle sometimes, is like just getting that exposure. And I think it's what's worked for me is leaning towards different platforms. And sometimes I did get a comment on one of my TikToks actually, and they're like, oh, my guy friend's been streaming for like a whole year and you already have more followers than him and you've hardly streamed. And I'm like, well,
it's just because Twitch is like, I'm sorry for cutting you off. Twitch by itself is really crappy for exposure, because you have to go down like 12, 13 pages in some games to even find like 20, 30, maybe even 50 people who have like 0 to 1 views.
Yeah, and then the problem is you hit a point where you can go from like lowest to highest, and that's where you can get a bunch of new people. But if you're like me and you tend to average like 8 viewers or something, you're kind of stuck in the abyss of the middle, so no one can really discover you for the most part. But yeah,
that's true. But the point I was trying to get at is just like, well, I feel like I did like pop into his friend's stream. Like, I'm like, okay, I want to prove a point here. So I'm going to like find his Twitch account. And it was just like one of those streams. Like, yes, he streamed like, I think Rocket League or something. And his mic quality wasn't the greatest. He did have a webcam though, but like no overlays or anything. It was just very, very basic. And he did have a couple people like pop into his chat, but he wasn't like really including them or like trying to make an effort to make them stay.
Yeah.
So I think it's, just like Husky said, it's down to like just being a good streamer. That sounds really like...
No, but you're right. Like audience engagement is
like
important.
Personality-wise,
You have to engage your audience, so they're going to find someone else. You know, you got to be talking to them. You know, that's the difference between a YouTube video and a Twitch stream, is that there is a live chat. You have to utilize that. If you don't, they're not going to watch you. They're going to leave. So no, that's definitely a valid point. Is if he's one of those people, like there's some streamers that don't even have their chat open on one of their monitors or on their phone or something, and don't even read chat. Like, that's just ridiculous. Now, if you're fucking Ludwig and you've got thousands of comments a second, well, then fair enough, right? That's different.
Yeah, that's valid.
But you provide entertainment, you provide value elsewhere. But if you're a small streamer, you've got no excuse not to engage with your chat. You definitely have to do it. or else they're not going to stay. They're going to get bored and they're going to leave. So
That's
definitely.
true.
And I think the
Yeah,
other thing
exactly.
is you don't stream, for instance, you don't stream as much as I do. Like I stream almost 7 days a week, but you make more content on other platforms than I do. And that's why you very much compete with me, despite the fact that I might stream more hours a week than you. And that's because you're growing on other platforms much more than I am per se. Which is why you don't have to
Right.
stream 7 days a week like I do to grow at all. It's not necessary. It might not even be productive. I think what you're doing, Astrid, you actually, I think, have grown quicker than I have. You've only been streaming for, what, 3 months?
You definitely. Yeah, since probably, I'd say she's been doing it since November. I think you did like.
Right, and I started a
November.
few months before that, and you've already, like, half the amount I have in roughly half the amount of time I've been streaming. So there's definitely a valid approach to not streaming a lot, but still being able to grow quite quickly on Twitch by using other platforms for sure,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is definitely
Yeah.
the strategy. But
So
yeah,
bouncing off of the streamers who will complain that they aren't getting anywhere even though they've been streaming for a certain amount of time. I've actually talked about this with Husky, but I have an ex that he would complain that Twitch wasn't a good streaming site when we were together. He said that like he couldn't get any growth on it. And like I mean, I understand that it takes a bit, but the thing is that I popped into like some of his streams where I would join his voice chats and like he'd get upset if people talked in the voice chat to try and like communicate. He wouldn't talk during his stream. And it was one of those things where I was just like, I understand why you're not getting as many views as you want because you're not making an effort to actually make content.
definitely.
Yeah.
You got to provide value to your audience. You can't just sit there and play video games because that's not what streaming is. It isn't just sitting there playing video games. It's entertaining. You have
Exactly.
to actually attempt to entertain. I've had streams where I've just sat there and played video games and they don't do as well as the ones where I'm constantly paying
Just-
attention to chat
Yeah.
because people come in,
for sure.
they say hi and then they leave.
And I also want to add, like, I'm not super good at the game either. It's for fun. Like, I'm not a
definitely.
pro gamer. Like, I'm not an esport gamer. It's just like engaging with the chat. It makes it worth it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And also doing
Did
little things that big streamers
Sorry.
can't do. No, you're fine. Like, for instance, I do personally a lot, and I know Sam does as well, a lot of playing with viewer streams on Bed Wars and stuff. Finding ways for audiences to engage in a way with you that they can't with like people like Ludwood is such an important way of like growing and giving people a reason to watch a small streamer. Because the reality is we don't have the money that Ludwood has, right? We keep using him as an example because he's a great example. So our
We love
stream
Ludwig.
quality, like physically
Yeah.
in terms of like pure quality, isn't the same. So we have to provide value elsewhere. If it can't be in production quality, it has to be in interactivity or engagement or even being able to play with you and stuff. Things like that to add value to the stream.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm very passionate about this. This is the whole
100%.
reason I made the server, for instance. I think is a big way for people to play with us even when we're not live and stuff and to be a part of the community and
Yes.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
That was a lot.
Did anyone else have went on a bit of rant there, but got the
That's
point
okay.
across. Yeah, did anyone else have like stories with just being like a female or males, like just sexist experiences with Twitch and gaming? I'm gonna take
Well,
that.
I'm gonna take that
silence
awkward silence as a no for sure.
as a
That's
no,
how
or
I mean,
I'm just
thinking,
thinking.
thinking.
Alright, well,
Thinking.
we can fill the dead space while you're thinking, but
I
go on.
Husky, did you want to?
No, go.
Okay.
All you.
Okay. I know that like when I was like first starting off on streaming, so I didn't really have like a set schedule, so I was just streaming whenever like I had time, and I did a morning stream, and I had. It's not necessarily that it was that they were from the UK that made it really weird. It's that they told me that they were like 15 and 16, and then they were obsessively persistent about trying to figure out like where exactly I lived and like what state and where I worked,
Yeah.
because I happened to mention that I was going to work after it. And it was just
Yeah.
very weird.
It is weird. I've had that happen to me once, where people were trying to figure out where I went to school. It made me a bit uncomfortable. It's
Oh.
like, well, what the fuck? Like, please don't. Please
Yeah.
understand. Like, we're fine you getting to know us and stuff, but like, obviously, we don't want to tell you where we live. We don't want to tell you anything too personal. And that's just for safety, if anything, really, or just having
Yeah.
a bit of privacy for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, chat
know.
chat can be weird. You can get some interesting things in chat. I mean, I love my chat, but you can get some interesting things in there that happen, particularly
For
gay
Yeah.
people.
sure.
That whole
Yes.
I
You know
absolutely
it,
love
babe.
my chat.
But
Same.
like, I've had some weird things happen in chat. Another big thing with chat is if you Twitch TOS says you have to be 13. Let's say hypothetically you're not 13. Don't mention you're not 13 because technically, according to terms of service, we're actually meant to ban you from the stream if you admit to being under 13. So for the love of God, just don't say anything. Don't talk about your age. It really isn't super relevant. You know, you can say maybe you're a young teenager or something if you need it for context of a story, but don't actually say what your age is.
Yeah, if you're a minor,
Mhm.
just say you're a minor.
Exactly, because
Yeah, just leave it as at that, maybe.
we're not meant to condone you breaking the terms of service of Twitch and being on the website. So
Mm-hmm.
make our jobs easier. Don't make us have to unfortunately ban you from the stream. That'd be unfortunate. No one wants that.
Very sad.
But yeah, you get people that just pop in chat and just say random shit or just a weird. There was a thing I came in, I think I was painting my nails, and this dude's like, "Oh, that's really sus," and I'm like, "Dude, I'm bi. Like, shut up. Like, I'm just painting my nails. Leave me alone." It was the internet can be
Right.
fascinating
Love
place.
the
Or the
we
bots.
love the partially homophobic comments.
Yeah, they're like trying not to be, but they're like kind of a little homophobic. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. But the botting problem,
It's like
the
backhanded
botting
compliments.
issue, I think is something we've all now experienced. On
The
Twitch.
botting issue?
Yeah.
the
So
Follow
even
a
like
thing
the
or-
follower bots, or even just like the want to get famous on Twitch bots. You know the ones I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
You
Yeah.
get that
I know
from
what you're talking
day
about.
one. Like from your first stream, you'll get these bots that pop in your chat and they'll say, "Want to become famous? Click this link, buy subs and like followers and shit." Don't click it for fuck's sake.
Please
it's
do
bullshit.
not click
Please
on the
do
link.
not.
And even if it does, what they're gonna do is they're gonna follow bot you, which doesn't help you. Followers actually mean fuck all. It's all about viewers and average viewers. That's what actually matters, or even subs. But your follower count doesn't mean anything. There are people that have less followers than me, but more regular viewers. There are people that have way more followers than me, but have less viewers than I have. Follower count doesn't actually matter. It's really how many viewers you can get in your chat. For sure.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, and then also Aya and I have been follow botted, which is even worse.
I have as well, yeah.
And so Sam, which is just a pain in the ass to deal with, and it's so annoying. And I don't know why it's a thing, but it is. But yeah, Twitch is fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I love.
It's intriguing
It's
for sure.
deeper value, definitely. Wow. Oh, guitar stuff. We are all relatively musically inclined, aren't we? I know I play guitar. I've been playing guitar for like 8 years now.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I've been playing off and on probably like 4 or 5.
I
Damn.
know how to play the piano and I sing.
You sing. Oh, what about you, Sam? 'Cause I know you play and you kind of sing a bit.
I've played for I think I've been off and on for probably 3, but solidly probably a year now. I think personally.
Yeah, and obviously, you incorporate music quite a bit into your stream. Do you want to
Yeah.
talk about what you play in your music experience?
Oh, okay. I was sort of lost in the conversation because mother walked in, but
Oh, I love that.
yeah. So I host guitar and singing streams here and there, and I have this thing where you can actually request a song on the stream, which is pretty cool. But I don't do guitar lessons in that. I just self-taught from YouTube
Mm.
for about maybe like nearly a year or less than that. And I sing just for fun as a hobby. That's my main music experience. I used to do piano as well, but I quit that because I didn't find as much enjoyment in it either, because I was actually like I had piano lessons and like theory and all that, but I think that sort of just like my passion for it just died because of that. I was stressed because of the next exam and that. So yeah, I play the acoustic guitar, the ukulele, electric guitar,
Yeah.
which is fairly new.
Music exams fucking kill my passion for music. I hate them. I have done them and I continue to do them because if you want to do things like I'm trying to teach primary school kids guitar for a bit of extra cash, you need like qualifications, and that's really all it is it's a bit of a qualification to say how good you are in the eyes of an official body of people. It's stupid, but it's annoying. It's unnecessary stress. I don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, theory does really help, but
yeah, but you can learn theory without being tested on it, and then the songs you have to play are all like,
yeah, true.
It's just they're not good songs. They're all just like technical songs, and it's not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun, and like you want to enjoy the experience. Otherwise, you're just not gonna like find time and make time to play it if you don't enjoy it. Yeah, that's basically my musical experience. Little overview.
All right. Well,
is everyone self-taught here, or is it just?
Well, I'm lessons.
I'm self-taught.
I'm also self-taught.
Yeah, I have lessons to this day. I love my guitar teacher. His name's Matt. He's a lad. Love him.
Talks about him all
good
the time.
lad. He's a gamer. You know, we talk about PCs all the time. It's good fun. I even told him that I stream.
Of course.
We love it.
Oh, did you?
I did tell him that I streamed. I didn't tell him what my Twitch was, but I'd mentioned it because we were talking about mics and stuff because we're both also into like sound production and audio engineering.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, sorry, we have a Google Doc, and someone is trying to secretly communicate.
Yeah, I see. I see it now.
And I was just reading that. It's quite funny. But anyway, look, we've hit the hour mark. I think we can probably wrap this one up. This one is sort of just a trial run to get the vibe of how this is going to work in terms of, like, you know, when we're in the podcast, post-production and stuff. Thank you for the listeners we have live. If you want to listen to the next one, we're going to do it, I believe, in like 2 weeks-ish. We'll announce the date in the Discord and on the MixedBag Twitter that we now have. You can join the Discord, listen to it live, or it's up on YouTube and Spotify, which you're probably, if you're listening to this now, are watching on that. So does anyone have any last words before we end the recording?
Yes, let's go ahead and end it off with a question from chat.
Do we have questions from chat?
Yeah.
I don't have it.
If you're still listening, drop a question.
If you're still listening, drop a question.
Answer.
We can answer some questions real quick.
Yeah. So like we said, we do it live in the Discord, so we do have some people listening. Although I don't see any.
There's some perks.
There are some people typing,
live.
so maybe we do have some questions. But yeah.
Alfred
is here. We stand Alfred.
So while
a couple people
are
typing. There we go.
You can follow us on Twitter at the Mixed Bag, no spaces, no caps.
MixedBag 14,
no
isn't it?
cap.
Isn't there a 14 at the end?
MixedBag 14.
Yeah, that's
MixedBag
14.
14.
And then you could probably find it through any of us on Twitter as well. We're going to be posting on there.
All right, we have a fantastic
when we
about when we're doing all that. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's just we have a fantastic question from Senor Peter, I want to say. Why do they put so much ice in the Chick-fil-A cups? Now, we don't actually have Chick-fil-A in Australia, but the
Can't
two
relate.
Americans, please tell me, why do they put so much ice?
Chick-fil-A.
You don't like Chick-fil-A?
I've never been.
I've been there
Wow,
maybe 3 times.
well, we can't really answer that. I'm so sorry. You're going to have to go to another source for that one. Darth Hall 777 asked, what will you be streaming? Oh, I think he means when will you be streaming together next time? And I stream basically every day, so probably tomorrow.
Next
regularly.
time I'll be streaming will be Wednesday. I think I'm going to be doing Genshin on Wednesday, so.
Nice.
I'll probably stream tomorrow.
Fair enough. C Broadway has very kindly said, just wanted to congratulate you guys on the podcast. It was actually really engaging, and I found myself wanting to give my input on like every topic. So well done. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. We hope to. I think that's a good
thanks,
starting.
Sam. Love you, mate.
If that's how the first one's going, then I guess we're only going up from here. The Tad is
The Tad
oatmeal
asked
or regular cookies.
Ooh, Choc
Chocolate
chip,
chip.
for sure. Oatmeal does go hard.
chip.
It is just underrated though.
Oatmeal does go
I'm
hard if
throwing
it's
it out
made
there.
like really well.
I'm a
Oatmeal.
choc chip man to the
Mhm,
day I
Choc
die.
chip, man.
Ryan's a
Choc
robot
chip's a classic.
asks, how is y'all's experience with streaming for the first time on Twitch? So the first time you clicked that live button, what was your experience like?
Scary.
It was
Hashtag
very
you wanna-
scary.
Scary?
So, extremely scary.
Anything other than
personally.
scary?
Um,
I-
Honestly, it was super relaxed because, you know, if it's your first stream, obviously you're not going to have like 30 people come jump into your chat all at once and just bombard you with questions and shit. Like, it's very chill and like you hit the button and then you're like, but then you kind of realize,
And then
oh,
nothing happened
it's
for a
me.
while.
Yeah, it's just
me,
me for a
myself,
little
and I.
bit.
Yeah.
And I'm with like
Yeah.
maybe one moderator friend that I have, or like maybe I have a friend in chat and like I'm just talking to them and like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
zen.
That's very accurate.
Yeah.
It's
I've
a,
Go on,
Yeah.
Pricks.
I've talked about before about how like I have like my 10 minutes of like anxiety before I stream, which obviously like this past month it's gone away, so it's no longer there. But like the first time streaming, I like kept delaying and delaying my start time. And then I just said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. We're going.
Yeah.
And then after I hit the live button, it's just like, oh, this isn't bad at
No, it's
all.
not.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
not so
I
bad.
remember when I first streamed, this was back on YouTube, I was in like year 8 or 9 or something. I was in a
Yeah.
VC with like 8 mates, so I honestly wasn't that nervous. I was just talking to my friends. It was fairly relaxed. It was fairly casual. It was fairly impulsive as well, so I didn't really have that preemptive anxiety about it. But yeah,
Yeah.
Baby Yokai,
Maybe-
we love Baby Yokai. He asked first
do.
thoughts on the mixed bag. Who was the first one out of us 5 to join the mixed bag? It's out of Pricks and Vinley, I believe.
It wasn't me.
No, I think we were the last ones.
Well, no,
Oh, like,
did you join
really?
after
Well, it
me?
must have been.
I joined after you,
Yeah,
Husky.
Pricks
Oh,
joined
well then my
after you,
first,
yeah.
I'll go first since I was the first one to join. My first thoughts on this bag were they were all very lovely and very inviting. Like we're talking insanely kind. The thing we have on our Discord, the safe space, that idea came from them. They had that. They called it Vent. It was very inclusive. Right from the beginning, they had roles talking about pronouns and stuff, and it was really great and including. They were
Yeah.
all so lovely and inviting me, and I was nervous the first time I joined a VC, but they were all just so kind, and I felt like we were best friends from the moment I opened my mouth.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel that.
yeah. Anyone else have their thoughts and
Um,
their initial thoughts on
yeah.
the mixed bag?
I'll def go. My first experience was Pearl, Onion, and JJ were
Oh,
in my
God.
chat talking to each other and talking to me, and it was so chaotic. And then they invited me to the mixed bag, and I was like, okay, I'll come in. And I remember just like seeing everybody talking and like being kind of nervous because, you know, people, scary. And like the first time that I joined a VC, it was like Hunter, Hanu,
Mm.
Pearl, Sam, and Hunter all sitting there talking about like making outfits and stuff. And then Onion comes in, and Onion pulls me out of the VC to just give me a whole rundown and like introduce me to everything and just kind of ask if I have any questions and gave me like a really good intro. And then I felt really, I don't know, noticed, if that makes sense. Like it
Yeah.
didn't feel like I just joined a Discord just to join a Discord. It was like, oh, we acknowledge that you're alive. We acknowledge that you're here. Thank you for being here. And
Definitely.
then like starting to talk to everybody, and everybody was just so sweet.
Yeah, because the first time I
nice.
joined a VC, we streamed. I was already streaming, and then we went to stream Among Us, and that was chaotic and fun as fuck. That was great.
Oh
God.
no,
That was fun.
Oh yes.
yeah,
I know,
Yes.
because I got rated by Pearl. And then JJ was like, you're a nice person. I think you'd get along well with my friends. And
Yeah.
then the first people I talked to in a voice chat was Pearl when I first joined. And then I think after that was Hanu when he was streaming.
Mm.
That's when I talked to him for the first time. And honestly, everyone was super lovely and super inviting. I mean, I was super nervous, but everyone was really great.
Yeah. All right. Well, any other thoughts on that, or shall we move on? I'm gonna take that as no thoughts. Oh,
Okay.
no. Okay. What?
Oh.
I am Alfred.
I was just gonna say
Go.
same,
You go. Speak. Speak.
same sort of experience. as Husky, you guys are very including, and I was hella nervous before I joined the VC. I remember playing Among Us with Hanu, Husky, Onion, Pearl, like the whole crew. And I find it really I find it sometimes more nervous to join a group of people in a VC than just like going live. But everyone was super inviting, so it was lovely.
Definitely. I am Alfred. Asks, what was the first game y'all streamed? For me,
Minecraft.
it was Minecraft. Yeah. Anyone else play anything other than Minecraft for the first stream?
Me, I played Valorant.
Played Valorant.
Oh.
Yes, I love me some Val.
Next question.
Should we call it after this last question? Should this be the last one?
Yes, I gotta go soon actually. So.
All right.
All right.
Anyone else have a question real quick before we end, or is that about it?
Husky, you should join this server. Okay, that's not a question.
What time is
What
it?
time?
It's
Chocolate
11
shovel.
p.m. for me.
Yeah, same
It
here.
is
And Sam.
midnight for
It
me.
is 10 p.m.
Well,
Yes.
I think that basically wraps up
Yeah.
this podcast. Thank you all for being here. We hope you enjoyed. We will announce in
thank
the
you.
announcements when the next one is. And thank you all for being here. And goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Love you guys. You guys are amazing.
Love you guys.
Oh, hello there. Welcome to the end of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed. Genuinely, I really do. I'm Husky. I was the blue box in that video. Now, that video was fairly mediocre. It's okay. We are planning to improve it upon for the next one. I'm going to turn my mic up just a little bit so you can hear my crispy, raspy voice. Thank you all so much. If you enjoyed the podcast, don't forget to click that little like button. It helps us out a lot. And more importantly, subscribe if you want more. But if you want to listen to the podcast live, check out our Discord that way. Which will either be here or down below or in the cards. It'll be somewhere. We'll figure it out. I'm a Twitch streamer, not a YouTuber. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. All our socials are down below. I think mainly I'll put our Twitches down there / other MixedBag social medias. Thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed. And we'll be doing this every week. So hopefully I'll see you then. Bye bye. PogChamp.